Guys, oh my gosh. I won something. This is something I'm gonna be rambling, so just buckle up. It's gonna be a really incoherent narrative here, but this is something I never thought I would do. But Thomas Wooden Railway found me this amazing lot on eBay, and I won it for an amazing price and picked it up. It was for pickup only, and it happened to be an hour from where I live. And it's this beautiful personal collection of Thomas Wooden Railway. All clickety-clack track. I am not good at this, so, you know, I'm probably going to be saying all the wrong things, but I'll give you a quick tour because I've never done anything like this before, so let's have a little gander here. Alright, well, over here we have clinically depressed Henry. We got the Flying Scotsman, and we've got really a really nice collection here. And a lot of stuff that I either broke or lost as a kid. I used to have this White Roof Rusty, but I played with it so much that his chassis broke and a wheel came off, and I've never seen him again, but he used to be my favorite when I was a kid growing up. Got the old Sir Handle here. That's pretty cool. I'm just having a good time right now because I have not built a layout in a very long time, not since Thanksgiving when I was entertaining a 2-year-old. So almost two whole days, guys. So lots of great destinations here. We've got Coldy, the Mountaineer, and he's pushing Katarina, and Oswald, the baggage container vehicle. And here is Friends with Benefits Bridge. It's not the place you want to be. Well, maybe it is, depending on who you are. And here is Mike, also known as Scarlet Fire. Obviously, his searing rhymes took a little bit of his paint off, but you know, that's just the lifestyle. And over here is I Didn't Think This Through Bridge, to the pile of oblivion right there. That is a disaster. We got D261, a former TCC star. He was in a lot of stories. And here we got some tar wagons, some fuel, some milk. By the way, none of this is from any of my pre-existing collection. This is all what I picked up today. And I have to tell you, major props to people who make layout videos, because people are like, oh, it's Wooden Railway, it's not simple. This is actually very difficult. You have to be really on your feet, and to give a good layout tour, you have to be coherent as a person, and that's something I'm not really. So major props to people who do this, because I'm not even doing this sequentially or correctly at all. Alright, so what do we have over here? We have Mavis, who has 6 wheels, so she's not that special. But she's pushing some china clay and the presidentially tanned Scruffy. So he is just ready to run America with that orange hue going on right there. In all I forgot to put the tender on Donald. Oh, that is just, yeah, I forgot to put a tender on Donald. You see, this takes a lot of planning and work, guys, if you want to do this correctly, but it's still pretty nice. Beautiful Knapford Express coach. I have a different version that does not look as good as that one. It is so beat up, but this one is really sleek. And, you know, there's Bill. He lifts, bro. Yeah, that's what he does. Over here we got Sodor Wood Co. And is there a variation that's like the Tidmouth, like, lumber company? Maybe I just don't know what I'm talking about. That's probably more likely. We got Arlesdale Barrel Company. It's where you get barrels, you know, last minute. Everything here is in pretty good condition. There are some etchings and some crayon marks, and, you know, there's some cracks in the track and in the bridges here, but honestly, still in really great condition, and it was well loved but not destroyed, which happened to a lot of my old toys. I actually have this roundhouse prior, but I didn't have a turntable or the track that came with it, and you know, this is pretty awesome. You don't do it like this though. If you're a rookie, this is how you turn the turntable in your series. If you go like that, you see, like, all these disasters happen. You know, that's just terrible. I don't know what this is. I like to think it's melted Pop-Tarts. that gives me comfort to know that people were at least enjoying great delicacies while they were, you know, hamming it up in their wooden railway world. And by the way, if you want to use it correctly, you spin it. I should use a different hand. You spin it like that, you know, just kind of goes like that. There are some cracks. I think it's because it was kept in a basement and also just years of play. The person who sold this to me wasn't, unfortunately, he was younger than I was, but it was obviously, like, we're both 90s kids, so we both reminisced for a while about this, and he just wanted to make room for other things, and I definitely want to treat this with respect because it was so well loved. And there are pieces here that I'd love to use in my series, but I can tell that there are some things that just are not getting thrown into a lake, and I hope they're not watching this because I think they would panic. Oh my God, we sold this to the guy that takes the trains outside. What have we done? What have we done? Because I don't have a good basement. Let's see. It came with a carrying case. It's where all the trains were. You know, all those lovely faces. The funny thing is this didn't come with Thomas. The only engine, like, he's missing Douglas, Thomas, and Boko, and a few narrow gauge engines from the original lineup, but it came with Annie and Clarabelle, but no Thomas. He might have kept that for himself, and, you know, I say go for it. I think it was quite fitting that it didn't come with a Thomas. This was the really cool part, though. All the track came in a container that was custom painted by the mother of the seller many years ago. Obviously, this household loved Thomas to the point where they would recreate it in beautiful detail. Then they told me, hey, do you want us to finish Henry? And I said, no, the highways that it took to get here were really stressful. I want to go home. But yeah. Henry's Bridge right there, or Henry's Tunnel. It's both. You know, it's Henry's Tunnel, but it's really a bridge. It came with the brick wall with the clinically depressed Henry. Cheer up, man. Everything's going to be okay. That red bridge, I'm pretty sure, is rare. But I don't even know what it's called. But it looks really cool. I look forward to using these in videos. And over here we have the old version of Cranky, and the part that kind of creeps me out is that you can behead him and make his head limp. This is really disconcerting to me. This makes me sad, but I just put it back and pretend his head can't do that, and then I feel better. So there you go. I've seen a lot of this, like just with collections in general, like kids will color on the tracks with crayon. It doesn't bother me too much, but for other people's, you know, I don't know. I kind of trailed off there. I'm really bad at this, but I hope this is at least fun to look at. There's a lot of great stuff here, so I don't know. I think we just needed something like this year because with all the changes going on with the show and merchandise, it was just really nice to kick back and look at something that I'm really, really nostalgic about. Just the other day, I was talking to my dad about the old Lionel layout we used to have and how he built that when I was really young, and how building layouts are really a huge part of my childhood. And now I'm just kind of this weird person who drives a crap ton of trains to a random location and just tries to make these crazy things out of it. Honestly, no matter how old you are, this is a really restful and meditative experience to just set something up and just feel all the good vibes. Feel the sweet vibes. I don't know who I'm referencing there, but you know. Yeah, it's a stressful year. Just take out the trains and set them up and do whatever you need to do, whether it's, I don't know, Thomas should be a restorative, restful outlet, and if it isn't, then maybe you should try, like, sculpting or weaving baskets or complimenting strangers at the mall. All kinds of great stuff. I told you this would be one big ramble. I'm pretty sure most of this, this has all been one sentence. I haven't ended a single ramble with a period. It's just this unpunctuated mess of endless words around this childhood masterpiece. Except for the bridge that I clearly didn't think through. I really overestimated how much track I had, and I got a little ambitious, so I decided to make it lead to this black hole of just discarded pieces that are trying to find themselves, and they will eventually. One cool thing is I am quite certain they glued Knapford into the slots, and even though I was mad because I wanted to raise it a little bit, as a kid I would have loved this because I always lost the little totem poles, which is not what they're called. I'm pretty sure they're like support columns is the correct terminology. How did Watson get hair on this already? Oh, you can't see it, but I can. I am so mad. He hasn't even seen this yet. Please like and subscribe, and I will talk to the manager. Well, guys, I guess the bottom line is I'm really grateful for Thomas Wooden Railway for showing me this slot. It was an amazing deal, and I intend to give all these items a lot of love. And sarcasm aside, I really love and appreciate all the great pieces and the memories that are clearly encapsulated in all of this whole get-up right here. So, yeah, Enterprising Engine 93 signing off. Have a great day. Hey, I don't stress this enough, but I like really value our friendship, and you know, you shouldn't. I'm sorry I call you musty or dusty, or sometimes I called you crusty once and you cried. No, I didn't cry. That was oil just dripping down my face. No, I'm pretty sure those were tears. They were translucent. Yeah, I guess you're right. But I appreciate you saying that, Duncan. I think that, you know, I value you as a person or an engine more, knowing that you value me as an individual. I'm glad we could talk this out. Usually we have our falling outs, but it's usually due to my own hubris. So I'm glad that we could figure this out. That's great. That's great. That's really great. That was beautiful, guys. Oh my gosh. What is on your face?